Hello and welcome to my Elite Dangerous day-to-day grind.
Incoming message.
It'll probably be the previous video, but I was attacked after out doing some bounty hunting, and it took a little while trying to maneuver, but the ship couldn't take out my shields. I didn't even lose one ring of my shields, but it took 5-10 minutes, it seemed like. And I was just trying to weave side to side. I was spinning out and having to get going again, and the ship would hit me some more, and I was trying to think of what to do, and after the fact, and I was debriefing myself, I was thinking, well, I probably could have, when I got him in front of me, shot at him, but I don't think I could shoot at him long enough to take out his shields. And certainly wasn't going to use the camera on top of the SRV and get wiped out, so I was just going to keep running and see if I could get away from him long enough to get back to the main menu or something, because the main menu tells you that you got to wait 15 seconds. So I guess you have to be prepared if you shoot stingers and skimmers that you're going to get shot at. And if you just try to outmaneuver them, you couldn't take out my shields. And security forces showed up and blew him up. So I'll be putting that video together. So that was pretty wild. So I don't know if he was one of these ships that were flying around or came from some other place. I don't know. Is this right? Is this right? That's a 22% competent. We did gain a percentage. I don't know if it's because I survived or what that I got an extra percent. Maybe that last stinger, that last skimmer I killed. But I do have my SRV and everything set to, if I'm attacked, to call security forces. Is this right? I could have ran out of fuel. Go down to fuel tank, refuel, fuel replenished. Isn't that great? I got fuel tank again. But it showed me there's really not a whole lot to worry about. I mean, yeah, if they start, if a ship starts shooting, you just try to outmaneuver him and keep him from taking out your shields, and you can survive long enough for the security forces to get there. They'll take care of him, scare him off or destroy him. So but we survived it. Now if he was a real person, we probably wouldn't have survived it, but being an NPC, yeah. Most those on the forum say that NPCs are really not that formidable. You should be able to survive them. And they are always asking the question, when was the last time you were killed by an NPC? And most experienced people say never. It was like the second day I ever played. It was the only time I have been killed, so.
Incoming message. Cargo scoop deployed.
Now, I believe I had relogged, so that's one thing that's kind of interesting. So relogging probably doesn't help. Now, it keeps you from seeing the same trespass zone again. But, sis left. Yeah, we don't have any fines or anything. We do have a lot of bounty claims and stuff. Now, if I'd have died, I would have lost those. But you don't lose your materials, and the SRV only costs 260 or 257, something like that. For rebuy, I mean, it's minimal. And you can outmaneuver them, so till the security forces can get there. And at one point, I think he was in trouble. I hadn't been shooting at him, or maybe he was losing control or something. He looked like he was in trouble at one point. And I did start shooting at him, but he got too high. And I wasn't going to get in the cameras on top to shoot at him. Because I didn't want to sit still and let him just take out my shields. And I was spinning out and trying to recover again and go again. So you need to watch that video when I get it all put together. That was pretty wild. So it does mean I could get attacked even being here. It's just you would have to take off. Get out there where you can weave around without hitting something. Till the security forces could get there.
Incoming message. Handbrake is on.
That's the only second time that I've been attacked. So maybe it's far and in between, but you know, it can always happen. But it wasn't as bad as I thought it could be. Let's just get away from these cargo things and get out in the open and start weaving and bobbing and all that kind of stuff, and he has trouble hitting you. And wait for security forces to show up. Manufactured material gathering at Dav's Hope.
Incoming message. Cargo scoop deployed.
And it's probably the last video we did. It's about you're under attack. So be sure you watch that. We get chased by a ship shooting at us. And we're rescued by security forces that blow the ship up. Yeah, at times I thought we were a goner. It wasn't as bad as I had envisioned it would be, but we were able to keep our shields up by just moving around, being erratic. And he would hit us every once in a while, but he couldn't take out more than about a half a shield. And I was trying to figure out what I was going to do about it, because there's really no place to hide. And you really can't get if you could get under something. Maybe I need to watch for things around here that I could get under. If you could get under something.
Incoming message. Cargo scoop deployed.
See if you could find some cover of some sort, then you could just shoot at that ship. See, I don't know if we could get under that. It's just finding a place you could get under. Now you might be able to squeeze back in there. Yeah, you can't really squeeze back in there either. He would still have a pretty good shot at you. And that's the whole thing. If you could find some cover, I think I have scanned this one. It's already been done. Trying to think if I was under attack again, where I could go. See, something like this, if you could get in here. Something like that. You could possibly shoot at him, and he would have a tough time getting at you. See, that might be a spot. That he might not get a good shot at you. Well, it's just an idea. See, just trying to think if I was close and I could make my way back here, I could probably get in that little spot. And it might create enough cover that you could get up under there and shoot at him. And he might have a hard time hitting you. I mean, just an idea.
Incoming message. Cargo scoop deployed.
It's always good to have a plan. That's why I'm always kind of looking around at things, and if this scenario happened, what could we do? And I'm thinking we could go around to that other side over there and get in that corner, and it would give us some cover, and we might be able to shoot at something.
Incoming message. Cargo scoop deployed.
But see, it would be hard to shoot at a ship and get enough direct hits on him to knock his shields out, and then be able to diminish his hull until he blew up. So it would be hard. It's like I had it selected and it's still... But be sure to watch that "You're Under Attack" video.
Incoming message. Cargo scoop deployed.
And make sure you press that subscribe button. It's in the lower right hand corner. It doesn't cost you anything. There's a misconception that it does, and it doesn't. And you get notified when I produce more videos. And eventually it'll help me out with YouTube. And underneath the video in the description, you'll find ways of donating. Please consider donating. You could really use it. Going through a really tough financial time. And these YouTube videos are certainly not helping any. They're definitely hurting because there's so much costs involved.
Incoming message. Cargo scoop deployed.
And underneath the video to the left, you'll see my YouTube channel page, GFM_RDG, where you'll find over 650 more videos to watch. And in the next video, we'll probably run out and try to find some skimmer stingers again and see if we can get attacked. But it might take a while. I mean, it's been at least a couple of months since I've been attacked, or a month and a half. So, I don't know how long between times would be.
Incoming message. Cargo scoop deployed.
And I did take a small break and edited a couple of videos that I was kind of behind on, and I checked after what had happened about that "you're under attack" is I came across a trespass zone, and there were 3 stinger skimmers, and I had checked their status and they were wanted, and I went ahead and shot them and collected the bounties. And then all of a sudden I get a message that said from an NPC pirate, or whoever he was, that he was going to boil me up. I didn't see that at the time, but I saw it during editing. And weapons drawn, and see, if I would have seen that boil me up, and if I could have got out to the menu in time before he started shooting, I could have that's probably how I avoided the first time that something like that happened. I was able to get back to the menu, and that's probably the reason. But by the time that I was able to notice what was happening, it was too late.
Incoming message.
Then they delay you by 15 seconds, and I could have been dead by then. Now, it worked out if you go side to side and even spin out a few times like I did, and then just try to keep going. He was never able to take out more than a half a ring of my shields, so that was good. the moving kept him from getting a lock on. Made it tougher because I saw the laser hits all around me, and yes, it would get a hit every once in a while, but not enough to deplenish my shields completely or even to take out a full ring. So, and I did find a spot here. If I'm near Dav's Hope, I might be able to get into a spot where I might have enough protection where he'd have a tough time getting a hit on me, and I could shoot back at him too. So if we're close enough, I might try that at some point. It would probably at least give me the 15 seconds if I wanted to go back to the main menu. So it was an idea.
Incoming message.
But how I handled it wasn't a bad idea either. Just try to keep him from getting a good shot off. And it was probably 5 or 6 minutes, the whole duration of time. It was probably over 5 minutes, but about 6 minutes probably before the security forces showed up. So if I can just hold out for about 6 minutes, it makes a good video, of course. So it's not a terrible thing. At the time I was wondering if I was going to die or not, but I was noticing my shields were not deplenishing, so I was going, well, as long as I can keep this up. I did tump over one time. Maybe he had either one of his shots hit me just right and tumped me over, or it was in spinning out or something, and I was able to get back on the wheels without using the thrusters. And that was my next thought, as I was going to have to use the thrusters to get back on my wheels.
Incoming message. Cargo scoop deployed.
But relogging quickly is probably a good idea, just like we relog here, so we can pick up more materials. After I kill stingers and skimmers, it's probably a good idea just to go ahead and relog. And that's my first thought. As soon as I shoot the last stinger skimmer, just go ahead and relog, and I probably won't have the issues with the support ships, because my chances with support ships are slim. Well, I say that, but then they can't take out your shield. So if you can just survive long enough for the security forces to show up. And I've thought about, because I could see him on the sensor, and those times that he was in front of me, you know, try to get shots off, but I think his shields would regenerate by the time that see, because he would get higher, and of course I would have trouble keeping a lock on. And after this video, I plan to do another bounty hunting video. So we'll see. We're tempting fate, of course, but it's okay.
Message.
That's part of it,
Cargo scoop deployed.
is getting those experiences so you know what to expect and how to react. I try to debrief after every time something like that happens. What could I have done better? And I really think what I did was a pretty good option, because I don't think just shooting at him that I could create enough damage and to keep a lock on him. But I do need to relog sooner instead of going into the trespass zone looking for materials. Just go ahead and relog. And I don't think he had anything to do with the ships that circle Dab's Hope. I don't think he was part of that. So, well, this will be our last round, and then we'll go do some, see if we can get attacked again. Create another "You're under attack" video. Yeah. So be sure to press that subscribe button in the bottom right hand corner of the video. Doesn't cost you anything. You get notified when I produce more videos, and it'll help me out with YouTube. Oops, I think we missed one. Yep. You got to target them first. And underneath the video in the description, you'll see ways to donate. Please donate. And underneath the video to the left, you'll see my YouTube channel, GFM_RDG, to see my over 650 more videos for you to watch. So until the next video, when we go back to around the crater and we see if we can get ourselves in trouble again. So make sure you watch that video. Until next time, thank you for watching.